For your host, she's putting sense back into nonsense.
Absolute insanity.
Well, you can hear me on the radio. You want to turn me on, turn on your stereo. You can sing along while they're playing our song. How you done me wrong, baby, crank it up.
And now, your host, Beth Ann.
And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It's my honor, my privilege, and as always, it's my pleasure to be here with you today. Well, the sun also rises. There's got to be a morning after, and life goes on. The election day has come and gone, and it was an eventful night. Or was it? I had faith in the American people to think about the future of this nation. While Republicans gained in the Senate, they lost control of the House. Most are downplaying this, but I think it is a horrible situation. Think about how they were able to obstruct when they were the minority. What will they be as the majority? It ain't going to be pretty. Pelosi gave quite the victory speech last night. Best I've heard from her. But not a word of it's true. Not a word of it. They intend to push the president back. There will be no wall. The spending will get worse, if that's even possible. And we're going to see more and more idiotic investigations, made-up charges, more special counsels. I personally blame the Republicans. They did not do what was needed to be done all the years they had the majority, especially these last 2 years. No defunding of Obamacare, no defunding of Planned Parenthood, no wall. Speaker Ryan was a loser all the way around. He would not support the president. No finale of the Russian collusion special counsel. They should have seen that to end. Mueller has not put an end to this because he was waiting for the Dems to take back control of the House. Do you not realize, with that, what they want to do to your president, to the current president, and to his VP, that if, God forbid, please, Nancy Plastic Pelosi is once again Speaker of the House, she is third in line for the seat of the presidency of the United States of America? Now you might say, Beth Ann, you're going a little bit too far. That's a stretch. But is it? Dems calling for assassination has it been that long ago? Crazy Democrats haunting and harassing the president's administration. Maxine Waters is the ranking member of Financial Services Committee. She will be the chairman now, possibly. And she's not going to go away. Dianne Feinstein got reelected. She's not going anywhere. And this is going to get ugly, my friends. Perhaps you like drama in America. I guess it's good for talk. But the future of this nation, independence and liberty and security and sovereignty is at stake. It is in the balance, or off balance. Remember, when you're standing on the edge of a cliff, one step forward is not progress. I was up most of the evening watching the election returns. While many were happy, I was not. Moral of the story, don't take Beth Ann to Vegas. She's a terrible gambler. My faith was in the American people, holding the House and gaining the Senate, and we did not. We gained the Senate, but we did not hold the House. Of course, we could close it in a bit, as 21 seats are still undecided. If the Republicans gain all of those, they'd still be 3 seats down. So again, the sun also rises, and there is a morning after. The traffic stops, the traffic lights, they were still working, and the crossing guard for the school kids was still on the corner. The markets are going up so far today, but does that really mean anything? We do have a guest today. I told her I was kind of excited that we were going to get to talk the day after Election Day, but now I'm not so excited. But I'm excited about our guest. I'm not jubilant as everyone else is over the election. But we have Melody Cedarstrom of Discount Gold and Silver Trading with us today. Melody, what did you think about the elections?
Well,
You may not be a sour grape.
I agree with everything that you said. And now we go forward. We have to move forward. And there was a couple of highlights, I guess you could say, with some of these elections and so forth. I'm thankful that they're over.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Thankful that they're over. But again, we can point fingers that, we can say they should have done this, they should have done that, but, that's here nor there. It is what it is today, and we go forward. As you said, it's the morning after. And you have to, I don't know how this is going to work out, because as much as you think that the Democrats hate Trump, I believe that, for the past 2 years, maybe it was all about a little bit of strategy. 2020 isn't far off, and that's what they got the eyeball on. And so I think they're going to do a lot as far as keeping that in focus. Now, everybody's talking about the subpoenas, everybody's talking about this, everybody's talking about that. But is that going to get them elected in 2020?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. So you think they're going to schmooze it over maybe just to keep getting reelected for 2020, and a lot of them are thinking about running for president too. They said this will really bring out the presidential candidates on the Democrat side.
Well, so just how they just might. There's still going to be gridlock. Period.
Oh,
However, they all won something. The Republicans won something, the Democrats won something, and as though we might see there might be gridlock. I think we have a president that is really willing to work with the other side to get some of the things done. So I don't know. Am I pleased? Of course not. But so we move forward. The markets. You have the Dow up almost 300 points. You have the Nasdaq up 137. You have the S&P up 40 points. 10-year yield is still holding at 319, which is important because, again, we have housing. New starts, I believe it was, I saw this morning, that was down 4%. It's with the higher rates, people are not, buying homes, which means there's no buying of new refrigerators, there's no buying of new furniture, there's no new buying of, a lot of items that you purchase when, buying a new home. So we saw gold up today. It's up $1. Silver's up a little bit, so and the dollar is down. It was earlier in the day. It might have turned around. It's still down 0.38. So, all this is going to have to filter out, with knee-jerk reactions. And to me, what is surprising more than anything are the host of those who were elected. It was just such a wide array.
It was
of candidates, and it is a little puzzling. It's just puzzling, and
well, and the races were close.
We'll have to wait and see. Pardon?
I think the races were close. I think the turnout was a positive thing, even though it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. But the turnout of voters, we had a record, I think, voting for this midterm election. And I think that's a good thing that Americans are getting out to vote, even if they're angry. The socialist side getting out to vote, the Republican side, the conservative, so to speak, they were angry too. They were angry over Kavanaugh. That made a big difference, and the caravan made a big difference. But I think bottom line was everybody was concerned about the economy, and I didn't hear exactly what state they were talking about, but it was an eastern state, and they were talking about the voters that were the young voters that were highly educated and had nice jobs and everything, and they were coming out, and they were voting Democrat, and I could not understand that. But I hear the music. We're going into a break. I did hear something last night that I thought was interesting that you might want to know about. Whether it happens or not, I don't know, but they were talking about it. And if you watch Fox Business, it was on Kennedy's show when she was covering the election returns, and she had a panel, and I cannot remember the name of the man that brought it up. And I'm going to leave that teaser right there. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. We're visiting today with Melody Cedarstrom of Discount Gold and Silver Trading. They are a sponsor of this show, a long-term sponsor. In fact, you're my loyal sponsor. 877-895-5410 is the number to call. And Melody and Beth Ann, we're going to be right back.